After years of conflict in West Asia, there seems to be a shift in ties between nations. There is a new wave of hope in the region as countries try to improve their relations with each other. Saudi Arabia and Iran have taken another step forward towards normalizing relations that remained severed for nearly 7 years. Riyadh is working to re-establish its diplomatic missions in Tehran. A Saudi delegation is currently in the Islamic Republic to discuss the way forward. Now, this comes after a historic meeting in China last week where the two sides agreed to restore bilateral relations. Saturday's visit is part of implementing the tripartite agreement reached on March 10th between the two regional powers that was brokered by China. Now, this happened when Saudi's foreign minister, Prince Faisal bin Farhan, and his Iranian counterpart, Hossein Amir Abdullahian, met in Beijing, where they vowed to bring security and stability to the turbulent Gulf region. Under the agreement, Iran and Saudi Arabia will implement security and economic cooperation deals signed more than 20 years ago. Moreover, the two countries are set to reopen their embassies as well. The agreement also aims to restore relations ruptured in 2016 after protesters in Iran attacked Saudi diplomatic missions following Riyadh's execution of a prominent Shia leader. Since then, their strained relations have fueled proxy wars across West Asia, most prominent being the Yemen conflict. But following China's interference, the longtime rivals have now pledged to work together. Here's another landmark bridge being built. A Saudi Arabian and an Omani delegation are in the capital of Sana'a for talks with the Houthi rebel movement. The talks are aimed at reaching a new and potentially permanent ceasefire in the region. For years, Oman, that shares its border with Yemen, has been trying to bridge differences between the Houthis and opposing alliance led by Saudi Arabia. The three parties will be negotiating a permanent ceasefire deal, hoping to end the ongoing 8-year-old conflict in Yemen, which is seen as a major milestone in stabilizing West Asia. Now, the truce will open up the years-old blockade in the way of countries' development and growth. Full payment of public wages from oil and gas revenue, opening of airports and ports will be prioritized as demanded by the Houthis. And if a ceasefire agreement is reached, the UN hopes to resume a peaceful political process to achieve a transitional unity government. For more on this, we have Sigurd Neubauer, who is a Middle East expert and publisher of A Man and Culture magazine. Welcome to the broadcast, sir.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
Sigurd, is it just peace that these West Asian nations are aiming for? Or are there larger joint interests that peace can serve for these West Asian nations? What are the geopolitical agendas at play here?
First of all, it is important to look at the date of these talks. It is almost 8 years to the date since Saudi Arabia launched its military campaign to unsettle the Houthis in March 2015. And as we know, there has been little progress in terms of defeating the Houthis altogether, which was the initial Saudi objective. And instead, what we have seen is that a brutal stalemate between the Houthis in Sana'a, which have been backed by the Iranians, and the Saudis have been in place for many years. And Oman really, since the beginning, has been on the forefront of the diplomatic process to settle this long-standing conflict. And the Houthi chief negotiator, Mohammed Abdul Salam, he has been based in Muscat, and he has been in close contact with the Americans, with the UN, and now recently with the Saudis to set and prepare the groundwork for these peace talks that are taking place this afternoon.
Thank you for all those updates, Sigurd.
Pleasure.